Happy New Year. It was exactly a year ago now that Weight Warriors started, that I was looking at my life and I didn't like a lot of the things that were going on with it, so I decided to make a change. I had what I like to call a that's it moment, a moment where I decided I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, or at least the pain of the moment was greater than my perceived pain that the change would cause me. So I decided to make a change. And for the most part, 2023 was, it was a terrible, horrible, soul-crushing year for me personally, but the first two-thirds weren't. They were actually pretty good. Specifically, they were pretty good when it came to my desire again to make that change in my life, which was I was almost 300 pounds. I would be out of breath just by trying to tie my shoes, going up one flight of stairs and I'd be gassed. And because of that, I really wanted to make the change, and I wanted to make the change for my future family as well. And now that it's the new year and 2023 is over, this is a good time to, again, evaluate how life went and see what changes I want to make for this upcoming year. And there were a lot of changes outside of just creating Weight Warriors for 2023. I moved 4 times, with that being an international move outside the US, then back to the US. I'm actually in Arizona now, so back in the US of A. But the past 3 months have been pretty rough. I would consider it living in misery. It's been an off and on state of pain and suffering. Just, grieving the loss of a child is a really terrible thing. It's very uncomfortable. There's a lot of just sad and lonely moments. This isn't how the cycle of life should go. This isn't how just any of it was supposed to be. It's obviously had a negative effect on my mental health and my physical health. For the first 37 weeks of the year, I was doing the weekly updates and I was being pretty active. I was eating healthy. I was doing all the things that we teach at Weight Warriors. And as a result of that, I actually saw about 50-ish pounds come off from getting down to under 240 pounds. I was in the 230s in September. But after JJ died, I stopped all of that. Obviously I stopped making the videos. I stopped doing the weekly updates. I stopped tracking my food. I stopped being active on any real level. I stopped everything. I pretty much just stopped. I laid in bed most of the day. I used food for comfort. I've probably been averaging, I'm just guessing because you get pretty good at looking at food and estimating how many calories are in it. I'd estimate I'd probably consume about 4,000 calories a day on average for the past 3 months, maybe 3,500, but it's hard to say because it's been a lot of sugar and fat. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess you don't get to pick what your weaknesses are, what comforts you the most, but I'm not a drugs and alcohol guy. I never have been. I am a food guy. That is what gives me comfort. That's really always what's given me comfort. And I hit it hard the last 3 months, really hard. I'm up about to 260 pounds, pretty close, high 250s. And like I said, I've just been laying in bed, sitting around, vegging out in front of the TV. No control, no tracking, just a massive amount of sugar and fat. And I almost wish that I had a more obvious weakness, or at least that it was something like drugs and alcohol that wasn't socially acceptable. Because I get it, it's really hard to tell a guy who just suffered a massive loss to lay off the ice cream. Like, what kind of jerk, would say that? But if I was getting smacked out of my mind or, climbing a bottle every day, someone close to me would probably approach me and be like, hey, do you think that's healthy? But because it's ice cream and pizza, whatever. You don't get to pick your weaknesses. Just anyway. But I am starting to climb out of that fog. I'm having, like I said, a that's it moment where I think it's a very much a New Year's Day thing, but New Year's comes around and we make resolutions because we, again, don't like how our life is going. We've perceived that the pain coming up has got to be less than the pain that we're in right now, because the pain that we're in right now is excruciating misery, torment. So bring on some new form of torment, because what's currently going on is just, that's it, done with it. So like I said, getting out of that fog. I am sick and tired of my current sick and tired, and I want to change. So the best results that I had ever in that has been through Weight Warriors. So again, I'll do a shout out, a thank you for those who do watch, that this accountability that we have virtually is very helpful to me. So I thank you for that. And I also want to repay you by, again, offering whatever help I can. I'm a pretty broken person right now, but I'm going to be starting back up the weekly videos for the weekly accountability, the check-ins. I'm also going to be starting back up the Weight Warriors support group and accountability partners, and utilizing the skills and training that I've acquired over the past year as being a personal trainer and a nutritional coach. So as part of that, here's what I can offer you and what I'm hoping you'll give me in exchange. So the first thing, again, that I can offer is I am a certified nutritional coach. So it's doing the right thing and having a healthy lifestyle and losing weight and being, a healthy person is far more than just acquiring the knowledge of it. There are so many little tips, tricks, things that I have learned over my many trials of battling my weight and my health, and that's all great. But there's a reason that we have the 3 keys to success, and that third key, which is, again, 3 keys to success if you missed it, it's nutrition, activity, and accountability. And the biggest one for long-term success is accountability. The nutrition and activity are necessary. They're just always going to be necessary. But if you lose that accountability part, then if you're someone like me who's, again, sickness, comfort is not drugs, alcohol, or anything that's, again, socially unacceptable. If you don't have the accountability, if you're someone like me who's your comfort, your vice, your struggle is not with drugs or alcohol, it's with food, then you need that accountability, or long-term you're going to revert back to your old ways. So what I'm gonna do is back to the weekly videos. And then what I can offer you personally is, if you are interested in getting nutritional coaching, I'm not doing personal training right now, whether remote or in person, but what I am going to offer is nutritional coaching, which also takes time and effort, but it's something that's easier to be done, especially in your first steps. If you were to watch my videos and see what I did last year, the first 3 months, or at least 16 weeks, I didn't go in a gym. I wasn't programming any resistance training or weight training. I was just looking at my nutrition, and I was doing basic walking. And that's really all you need to get started, and I would encourage all of you to get started in that way, because it's the easiest first step, in that you don't need to be killing yourself in the gym or doing sprints or anything like that. If you get your eating under control, you're gonna see a massive amount of improvement in the short period of time. So what I can offer is, if you would like to get back into it with me, I'm looking for accountability partners. So looking at nutritional coaching and, like I said, that accountability. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link down below where you can fill out a form to see if you're the right fit, or if we're gonna work well together. It's completely free. I'm not doing anything for a charge. This is really, I help you while you help me type of thing. So getting back to that, I'm also gonna be releasing the videos that I recorded before JJ was born. We had like 35 videos that were scheduled to go out when he was born, and then after he passed away, I stopped posting because I felt, well, anyway. Those videos are gonna be coming back out, or are gonna be released here shortly. So if you want, keep an eye out for those. But the biggest one is, if you're interested in nutritional coaching, click the link, and I will see you in our check-ins.